bad crank bearings or pump. What's up, jet ski fans? Welcome to another Joel Larson YouTube video. Thanks for hanging out with me here. I do appreciate it. In today's video, we're going to take the X2 out to Pine Coulee and do some testing. In the last video, I installed the custom cylinder head that I made, or the cylinder head partly made from an OEM head and homemade domes. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. This is the last test ride before I go and visit the Jet Ski Brothers, so I want to take it out, test it, work out some of the bugs, some of the finer details, so that when I go down there, I can impress them, because that's what life is all about. But seriously, I am headed down to visit the Jet Ski Brothers, and yeah, so come along on the journey and hang out with me while I do that. You're also going to want to subscribe to their channel because they're going to have some interesting stuff as well, I'm sure. But let's just get into it, and let's hope that the X2 works well. We are at Pine Coulee. I remembered my booties, which is a good sign. The water is even lower than it was here last time. The X2 fired right up, which it doesn't always do, so that's a good sign as well. So let's get out of the water. I'm going to take it pretty easy at first. Kind of do a bit of a break-in run since I did have it apart. Check to see if we have any leaks or anything like that. So let's get out there. Hopefully this works well, because I don't have a whole lot of time before going to the Jet Ski Brothers to kind of sort problems out. So the one thing that I am afraid of is I removed a bunch of material off of the cylinder cap, so the casting could crack. It is cast metal there, so yeah. And we have a worn out crankshaft that now I'm running fairly tight squish. Yeah, pistons could touch. It's kind of almost just shutting off. I'm gonna open the hood and take a look in. Might be gonna say it might just be a loose connection. All my grounds are good. I was really hoping it was just gonna work right. Oh, it seems really hot. I don't see anything. It could be that the domes are leaking compression. Oh, what is that noise? What the heck happened? Never a dull moment, folks. It locked up. Is that a crank bearing? Or is that something in my pump? Let's see if we can take a look in the pump. Not what I wanted to happen just before going and visiting the Jet Ski Brothers. I know you guys definitely can't see anything. I don't see anything in the pump. Could be a crank bearing that partly stuck. I don't know if you guys picked that up on camera, but it definitely made a funny noise and then stopped abruptly. I forgot to mention, I keep meaning to bring this up, but I'm not running any head gasket. So the cooling water is just going through there all willy-nilly. One of the things that I was concerned about, but there is plenty of water coming out. And the only way that it can go out is through there. So it has to at least be cooling one. They all seem to be about the same temperature, but that's not a very good test now, is it? Let's see, without the... Sounds okay. Uh-oh. Shit. She shut off. Oh, she's seized. Doesn't sound hot. Sounds like sticky pump or sticky bearings. Oh man, not good. Whoa. That kind of sounds like pump bearings coming from the back. That'd be nice if that's all it was. I mean, it still sucks, but since we're already here, let's make the best of a bad situation. I'm going to try to pull the pump off on the beach and see what's happening. I think the bearings might have gone in it, but why do I find this so funny? I don't think this is supposed to happen. Let's see, is the impeller gonna come off any second? Oh, there we go. There we go. The impeller was about to come off. What fell? Oh, the spacer. Oh my god, how did that? I am so confused. I am so confused. This spacer was in there like that? That doesn't make any sense. How could that be? How could that possibly work? I have no idea what happened. Oh no. I think it wrecked the threads on something. Oh good. It's my the shaft and not my impeller. Okay. This is a 750 pump. I took the 650 pump out of my X2 last year and fitted this. And somehow I managed, in the fitting process, I had the impeller on and off many times. I managed to knock the collar out. This collar here is supposed to go in between the bearings and the impeller like that, and as you can see, it's secured in there pretty well just from the tension of the seals. I somehow managed to knock it out, and it was actually sitting in like this, so it rode around in my impeller like this for about a year. You can see this groove cut in it matches the seal in the pump, and the groove on the back side of it actually matches, well, these wear marks on the back here. This is the mag pump that Jacob gave me. I was gonna say, some might Jacob used a bushing because he was using an impeller with a different setback. I'm going to try this without that and see what happens here. It looks like my threads aren't completely messed up, so that's good. Alright, is it tightening up the way it's supposed to? Nope. It is not. I need some sort of a spacer. Alright, this is the piece that I managed to put in my pump wrong, and so we can use this, or part of this, that will hide our mistakes. That is pretty cool. I have this collar turned down to 7.5 millimeters, and I've decided to do a test fit. So I'm going to use this putty, and I'm going to put it down on here on the pump, and then I'm going to thread the impeller into place, and that will smush the putty and give me some idea of how far I have to go or how thick it is. Maybe it's good. And I think we're there, folks. I don't think I need to go any closer than that. We are, I would say, less probably 3/4 of a millimeter. I guess we'll rotate the shaft. We'll count it out and see how far it's threaded on. Okay, we're engaged, so 1/2, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5. 5 threads in. So we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're only threaded on that far, about 1/4 of an inch. I'm not happy with that, so we're going to take the shoulder of this down 7 millimeters so that we regain some of those threads. We're only catching on the very tip. I have done it. I have turned down the shaft, and yeah, it used to end there, and now it goes all the way there. So an extra approximately 7 millimeters. So we've got about twice as much thread engagement, about 1/2 inch now, so I am pleased with that. All right, folks, we're ready to try this out. I've got some assembly lube on the shaft. I've got the factory spacer back in there, or the Solus spacer. Here's the one that I made. I'm gonna put that in there. Let's thread this on and see what the result is. Okay, good news. I got it nice and tight, and there is no dragging. So I'm going to put it back together. I'm going to touch up the leading edges of these blades. They got a little nicked up. What are you doing? He's trying to get me to play with him. So he's acting a fool. I'm editing this video, and because I use a GoPro, this is my one mention per video that my GoPro screwed up. For some reason, there is a clip missing. I had a suspicion that the engine was leaking a bit of compression, or that water was getting into the cylinder, and I said this. It could be that the domes are leaking compression. So I decided to pull the spark plugs out, and sure enough, the center spark plug had a bunch of water on it, and the other ones possibly had some on them at some point. But the center one is definitely messed up. Anyway, the next clip you are about to see is this. We get to take a look at these domes after a tiny bit of use and see what they look like. She's definitely getting lots of oil, I tell you that. Oh, it looks like we had piston contact. Yeah, we definitely had piston contact. And we have a worn out crankshaft that now I'm running fairly tight squish. Yeah, pistons could touch. It's probably a good thing this didn't work well. Okay, this one also piston contact. So yeah, my crankshaft needs to be rebuilt, and this is what I was afraid of. We clearly had piston contact all the way around there. So maybe that's what caused the center one to leak as well. I guess we'll take a look and see. There's a lot of water in there. Oh yeah, it contacted as well. It is Friday afternoon, and my garage is a mess. But more importantly, I got the O-rings for my cylinder head. And yeah, I need to get it together. I am leaving for the Jet Ski Brothers tomorrow morning, and my engine is still completely apart. I turned down the squish band area. I removed 20 thousandths off of all of the squish bands. And I also removed a bit of material off of the back side of the dome. to hopefully allow for more water flow and better cooling. It seemed like it was getting a little bit hot. There was lots of water coming out the bypass or pisser, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it did seem to be getting quite hot. It wasn't sizzling on the engine by any means, but I was a little bit concerned about it. So I've got some different sized, higher temperature O-rings, and these should work better, partly because they're higher temperature, partly because they're the right size. So let's just get them in. I'm not going to film a whole lot probably because, like I said, I'm in a rush to get this done, going to the Jet Ski Brothers. I got O-rings for around the spark plug holes. These should fit better than the ones I was using. The ones that I was using got kind of mushed up. Okay, that seems perfect. Wow, that's a nice fit. I actually got the guy at the store to measure my domes. So yeah, that should do the trick. All right, let's get this thing together. Absolutely perfect fit. That's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you are excited for my visits to the Jet Ski Brothers. Cross your fingers, wish me luck, say a prayer, do whatever you can to hopefully make the X2 work right, because yeah, I'm getting really sick of going home with my tail between my legs. I've done it an awful lot this year, so let's hope that this works well at the Jet Ski Brothers. I am going to bring a OEM spare cylinder head along, just in case this is a complete failure. But either way, we are going to have lots of fun. I'm sure Jacob, Josh, and Jason are going to have lots of fun things to work on there and ride, so I am really looking forward to that. I've already had a bit of an adventure that you guys might see either on this channel or on my Lowered Expectations channel, and I am going to be making a big announcement on this channel at some point in the near future, I expect, and also going into a little bit more detail on some of the stuff on my Lowered Expectations channel. Anyway, enough of plugging my stuff. If you're interested in supporting me on Patreon or checking out my channel or my Teespring or yeah, all sorts of stuff, links in the description below. Feel free to check that out. I will see you guys at the Jet Ski Brothers next if everything goes well.